the typhoon slammed into the coast like a bomb. Roads washed away, signals died, and 2 survivors were left with nothing but a creaking beach house and each other.
You say, the power's completely out. If you don't fix the generator right now, we're going to freeze in the dark.
She thought he was just the quiet scholarship kid from the back of the class. If only she knew how much fun he was having playing along.
Don't you dare just stand there with that stupid calm look. The generator, the water, something. Go, move.
I'll handle it, but maybe you should save your energy for something more productive than yelling.
Yusei pulled on a raincoat and vanished into the howling dark. The generator was an old acquaintance. He could coax it to life in his sleep. A week before, none of this would have been possible. The class trip had been announced as a regular educational tour, nothing more.
Honestly, that scholarship kid you say is practically invisible. He never participates. It's like he thinks he's above us all.
But when the bus left the school gates, neither of them could have guessed how drastically their worlds were about to collide.
You, scholarship, take your bag and find another seat. I don't care where, just not next to me. Got it?
The bus rumbled along the coastal highway, students chattering about the 3-day training ahead. Dark clouds gathered, but nobody cared. Then, a simultaneous ping across every phone, a typhoon warning. Mandatory evacuation ordered immediately. The cheerful mood shattered.
A little rain never hurt anyone. These coastal warnings are always exaggerated. Just noisy wind.
Yusei looked out at the churning sea. He knew these waters. This wasn't just another squall.
By the time they reached the facility, the wind had teeth. Teachers herded students toward the buses, shouting over the roar. Amid the chaos, a head count went wrong. Yusei had stepped away to check the generators at a nearby beach house. Reina had wandered off to avoid the crowds. The last bus pulled away. Through the pounding rain, Yusei and Reina watched its taillights vanish, stranded at a house they couldn't leave.
Wait, stop! We're still here. Don't they do head counts? This is insane.
They can't hear you. And the road's already washing out. We need to get inside.
Inside, their phones were useless. No signal, no Wi-Fi, no landline. The road had become a river of mud. They were completely cut off.
Scholarship, get the candles and check the fridge. I am not going to starve just because you are useless.
She has no idea. This whole place, every towel, every light fixture, is mine.
Yusei Katsuragi, heir to a hospitality empire. The resort Reina visited each winter, his family's flagship.
And towels? I am freezing. Go get every towel in this place, now.
Yusei gave a small bow, the gesture practiced and padded off to find the linens.
If she knew those towels are embroidered with my family crest, she might choke on her own pride.
Reina continued her barrage, unaware that every command was being issued to the owner himself.
You, scholarship, I am hungry. Cook something. I don't care what. Just make it hot.
Yusei wordlessly headed to the kitchen. He'd been trained to cook for guests. What was one more order? And so the first night fell, the storm raging outside, the queen oblivious to the servant's true identity. Dawn broke gray and wild. The generator, which had hummed through the night, sputtered and died, plunging the house back into an eerie silence.
No, not again. Scholarship, what did you do? You broke it, didn't you? Fix it.
It's just old machinery. I'll be back. Try not to freeze while I am gone.
Yusei disappeared into the service room, his fingers moving through the machinery with a familiarity no ordinary guest should possess.
How does he know his way around so well? He acts like he's lived here his entire life.
Within minutes, the lights flickered back on. Reina stood frozen in the doorway, her expression unreadable as she studied him.
Since the power works, Cook. I want rice. Not too sticky. And if there's any fish, make it edible.
Yusei moved through the kitchen with quiet precision, every action a muscle memory from years of hospitality training. He set the tray before her, perfectly steamed rice, grilled fish, and a side of pickled vegetables. Reina's stomach betrayed her with a growl.
This actually looks decent. Maybe you are not completely useless after all. Scholarship. The bathroom is disgusting. I am not using it until you scrub every tile. Get moving. Scholarship.
As you wish. I'll have it spotless in 10 minutes.
He grabbed the cleaning bucket with a private smile. The irony was thicker than the floor polish. Staff had prepped this house days ago.
And don't forget, firewood. The fireplace is empty. Do you expect me to fetch it myself? Go.
Yusei set down the bucket, pulled on his raincoat, and stepped into the gale. The storm was a familiar rival. He had won their last bout, alone inside. Reina let the commands fall away. She drifted to the window, wrapping her arms around herself as the ocean raged.
It's so quiet when I stop talking. I hate it.
When Yusei returned with an armload of logs, he caught her reflection before she could rebuild her walls. For a second, she looked smaller.
Took you long enough. Put those in the fireplace and make it burn hot. I am not catching a cold for your sake.
The flames soon danced, but the chill between them was made of something no fire could reach. By the third morning, the kitchen cupboards were barren. The refrigerator hummed over a half-empty water bottle and stale crackers.
Scholarship. There's no food left. What did you do? Eat everything while I was asleep?
There's a backup pantry. This house was built for long stays. Follow me.
He pressed a seamless section of wallboard, and a concealed door swung open, revealing shelves lined with durable goods.
Wait, how did you know about this? There aren't exactly instructions lying around.
I explored the first night. Old houses always have hidden storage. You'd be surprised.
Really? Because you seem to know every quirk of this place by heart.
She let it drop, but the seed was planted. Reina Kondo was many things. Gullible wasn't one of them.
Whatever. Just cook. Rice and canned mackerel, don't burn it.
And so the pantry door closed. But the crack it left in Yusei's careful facade wouldn't seal so easily. That evening, the typhoon drew its first quiet breath. The wind dropped to a whisper, and the house settled into an uneasy silence.
It's too quiet. I can hear myself think, and I don't like what I'm thinking. I hate being alone. I always have. It's why I keep people around, even if they're only there because of my name.
So the queen bee's sting was just a shield. He'd misjudged her from his quiet corner of the classroom.
It's pathetic, isn't it? The girl who orders everyone around is just scared of the silence.
It's not pathetic. Everyone has something they're afraid of. No one's truly fearless.
You are a strange scholarship kid. You don't flinch when I yell, and now you are saying things like that.
Yusei said nothing, but his silence was answer enough. For the first time, she wasn't yelling, and he wasn't playing along.
Thank you for not laughing, and for the rice, even if you are still useless.
The fire crackled, filling the silence that no longer felt like an enemy. Something had shifted between them, fragile, but real.
I am not just going to sit around while you do everything. Give me that knife. I'll cut the vegetables.
Her grip was all wrong, the blade wobbling against the tomato. Yusei opened his mouth to correct her, but too late.
Ow! Idiot! I told you I'd mess up.
Don't move. I'll get the first aid kit. Sit down before you bleed on the vegetables.
Yusei returned before Reina could protest, kneeling to take her hand with a steadiness that made her breath catch.
You are too gentle. It's just a scratch. You act like I am made of glass.
Even glass can cut deep if you are not careful. There. Done. Try not to test my stitching next time.
Thank you. I mean it. I'm sorry for everything. I'll try to be less of a burden.
You are not a burden. Just let me handle the knives for now. We make a decent team otherwise.
The bandage was small, but its meaning was enormous. For the first time, Reina had offered something real, and Yusei had accepted it. After dinner, the sink filled with plates, and the weight of Reina's guilt. She stared at the mess, then made a decision.
I'll wash. Before you argue, I have one good hand and a lot of stubbornness. Just show me where the soap is.
The soap's under the sink. But if you drop another plate, it's coming out of your non-existent paycheck.
Reina plunged her hands into the water, scrubbing with more enthusiasm than skill. Suds flew everywhere except onto the plates.
Stop hovering! I've watched you do this 100 times. I am a quick learner.
She's actually trying. No commands, no entitlement, just soapy water and a stubborn need to prove something.
A cup slipped from her fingers, but she caught it before it shattered. Her reflexes were quicker than she gave herself credit for.
See? Not a single casualty. You should promote me from useless to slightly less useless.
Consider it done. But tomorrow you graduate to drying. Hope you don't find that too challenging, Princess.
For the first time, the chores weren't a burden, but a bridge, and neither of them seemed eager to cross it alone. On the 5th day, they ate on the floor. 2 bowls of rice, a shared tin of mackerel. No table, no pretense. Just the quiet of 2 people finally seeing each other.
You say. In school, I was awful. To you, to anyone outside my circle. I thought if I didn't control everything, I'd be left with nothing. I pushed everyone away so they couldn't leave first. Even my friends were just accessories. I never let anyone close enough to hurt me.
She's handing me the keys to her armor, and I am still wearing mine.
I am not asking for forgiveness. I don't deserve it. I wanted you to know that the girl who yelled at you isn't the whole story. She's just the loudest part.
I know. I see that now. And I am sorry too, for judging you before I knew the whole story.
He apologized. To me. After everything I put him through.
The storm outside had finally paused, but the one inside Reina broke. She laughed, a small, wet laugh, and for the first time, it wasn't bitter.
What a mess I am. Thank you for not running. Most people would have.
Yusei picked up his chopsticks, but something had changed. The beach house felt less like a prison, and more like a place where 2 people could start over. The words rose in Yusei's throat like a confession. His real name, his real reason for being here. The truth that would shatter everything.
Reina, there's something I should...
But he saw the fragile hope in her eyes. The first smile she'd offered without armor. If he spoke now, that smile would never return.
What is it? You can tell me. After everything, I think we've earned that much.
Not yet. Not while she still believes in the person I am pretending to be. Just that I am glad it was you. Stranded here. I wouldn't want to do this with anyone else.
That's the stupidest thing you've ever said. But thank you. I am glad too. You are weird. Scholarship. You don't run from my mess, and you make canned fish taste like a 5-star meal. What's your secret?
If I told you, it wouldn't be a secret. Eat your rice before I decide you don't deserve it.
She laughed again, and the sound filled the empty house. Yusei smiled with her, but his secret sat heavy in his chest, a time bomb wrapped in the best intentions. The next day passed in a quiet rhythm. A deck of cards Yusei found in a drawer, a tattered novel Reina unearthed from a shelf. No demands, no walls.
You are cheating. No one wins 3 hands in a row with that straight face. Show me your sleeve.
Pure skill. You are just a terrible loser. Maybe stick to washing dishes.
They fell into an easy rhythm, Reina's laughter replacing her former commands. The storm stayed distant, as if respecting this truce.
I am just going to close my eyes for a minute. Don't let me sleep through dinner. I'll never forgive you.
But the minute became an hour. Her breathing slowed, her guard completely gone. Yusei looked up from his book and simply watched.
She looks younger like this. No armor, no shields. Just a girl who was scared of being alone.
He rose quietly, pulling a thick blanket from the armchair and draping it over her. She stirred, murmuring something he couldn't catch, then stilled.
I should tell her, before someone else does, but not tonight. Let her have this peace a little longer.
The fire crackled, the only voice in the room. Outside, the sea had gone quiet. Inside, everything was about to change. Yusei had seen the break in the clouds. The typhoon was gone, and with it, the excuse to stay hidden. He slipped from the room while Reina slept.
The closet in the utility room, the backup radio. If I call now, they'll be here by tomorrow morning.
He found the hidden panel in the linen closet, pulling out a handheld unit with the resort's golden crest.
This is Katsuragi Yusei, Code 7. I am at the coastal property. Request immediate extraction. 2 passengers. No media.
A crackle. Then the resort manager's voice, crisp and deferential. Understood, young master. We'll dispatch the helicopter at first light.
Keep it quiet. No advance team. And do not, under any circumstances, address me by name in front of the other passenger. Understood?
A pause, then a clipped, "As you wish." The line went dead. Yusei stared at the radio, his own name burning in his ears.
She's going to hate me. But if I let them reveal it without warning, it will be worse.
He tucked the radio back into its hiding place, sealing the closet. His footsteps were silent as he returned to the living room. Reina hadn't stirred. The fire had burned low. Yusei sank into the armchair, the weight of tomorrow pressing on his chest like a stone. Morning came pale and still, the ocean flat as glass. Reina woke alone, the blanket Yusei had given her now draping the armchair.
Yusei, are you making breakfast already? You better not have used all the rice.
No answer. She wandered to the back hallway, looking for fresh linens. The small linen closet was wedged beside the utility room. One towel slipped from the shelf as she reached for it. She caught it, the fabric soft and heavier than any towel she'd ever held. Embroidered near the edge in silver thread was an elegant crest above a single name, Katsuragi.
Katsuragi, that's the resort. The one my family has visited since I was a child. The most exclusive chain in the country. This isn't just some random beach rental. This house belongs to the Katsuragi family. And Yusei, his last name is Mori. Or is it?
She flipped the towel over, but the crest was unmistakable. The same one she had seen on bathrobes and slippers in the presidential suite.
Number. It's a coincidence. Some rich guest must have left it. There's no way.
But her pulse hammered. The hidden pantry, the generator, his unnerving knowledge of everything. Coincidence couldn't explain it all.
Yusei, what the hell is this? A towel with the Katsuragi crest in a supposedly random beach house. Explain?
That? It's probably from a previous rental. The Katsuragi group owns dozens of properties. Linens get mixed up.
Mixed up. This house was sealed. No one's rented it in months. And you happen to know every inch of it.
I explored when we got here. And towels get imported from the main resort. It's not a conspiracy, Reina.
Not a conspiracy. Just like the hidden pantry wasn't suspicious. Or your masterful generator repair.
She's not buying it. But if I tell her now, before the rescue, she'll feel twice as betrayed.
The lie sat between them, a third presence in the room. Reina's eyes, once soft with trust, hardened.
Yusei, I am going to trust you, because I want to. But if you are lying to me,
She didn't finish, just turned and walked away, the towel still clenched in her fist. Yusei could only watch the door click shut, the fragile bridge they'd built all week splintered. And the truth, still hidden, loomed like the storm that had already passed. The house felt smaller after that. Reina retreated to the window seat, her back a wall he wasn't invited to breach.
Reina, do you want tea? The kettle's still hot.
number. Just leave me alone for a while.
I've lost her. The truth is going to destroy whatever is left. It might already be too late. Tomorrow, once we're off this property, I'll tell her everything. No more lies. She deserves at least that.
But the day stretched into a silence heavier than any storm. They moved around each other like strangers sharing a lifeboat.
I thought we were past this. I thought he was different. But everyone wears a mask in the end.
Dinner was a silent affair. 2 bowls of rice, no appetite. They sat at opposite ends of the room, the fire the only witness.
Just get through tonight. Tomorrow the helicopter comes. Then I'll explain. She'll understand, or she won't. At least I'll have tried.
Night swallowed the house whole. Reina took the bedroom without a word. Yusei stayed by the cold hearth, his confession postponed, his hope frayed. At dawn, a distant thumping shattered the silence. The rescue helicopter cut through the pale sky like a verdict being delivered.
What is that? Is someone coming for us? Why didn't you say anything?
I managed to get a signal. They're here to take us home. Grab your things.
They stepped onto the porch as the helicopter landed, its rotors whipping the salt wind. A tall man in a crisp suit disembarked.
Young Master Katsuragi, thank the heavens you are safe. We've been searching for days. The helicopter is ready.
Katsuragi? Did he just call you? Young master?
Reina, I can explain.
But Reina had gone pale, her mind replaying every command, every order she'd barked at a boy who owned the ground she stood on.
You are the owner. This whole time, every order I gave you were laughing at me.
The helicopter's roar filled the silence. Yusei's explanation died in his throat. The truth had landed harder than any storm.
Reina, please, just listen. I owe you the truth, all of it, and I am not going to let you leave without hearing it.
She didn't walk away. That alone gave him the courage to crack open the secret he'd guarded for 3 years.
My real name is Katsuragi Yusei. This beach house, the resorts your family has visited, they're all mine. I am the heir. I enrolled as Mori, my mother's maiden name, because I wanted 3 years of normal high school before being trapped in a boardroom forever.
The pieces clicked in Reina's mind. The hidden pantry, the generator, his infuriating calm. All the signs she had dismissed.
When you started ordering me around, I could have stopped it, but I didn't. I wanted to see who you really were without my name or money in the way, and what I saw was someone scared, but also someone who changed. The Reina who learned to cook, who apologized. That's the person I want to keep knowing.
He held her gaze, the helicopter's wash whipping his hair, but he didn't flinch. This was the truth, raw and unarmored.
You tested me. This whole week was a test.
Yusei nodded, the apology in his eyes. Whatever came next, the weight he'd carried all week was finally off his chest. The fragile calm shattered. Reina's shoulders began to shake, not from cold, but from the storm of humiliation and hurt crashing inside her.
You made a fool of me. A game. Was it funny watching the rich girl stumble around your kitchen, trying so hard to be useful? I actually thought for the first time someone saw me. But you were just collecting data on the pathetic queen bee.
No, Reina, it wasn't like that.
Don't you dare pretend this was for me. You just wanted to test your little charity case.
Yusei's hand moved instinctively, a gesture of comfort he had every right to, and no right at all. She flinched, as if struck, her body recoiling from a touch that last night might have been welcome. His fingers hung in the salt air, empty. That single inch between them felt wider than the sea.
Take me home. I don't want to talk. I don't want to see you. Just take me home.
Without a backward glance, she climbed into the helicopter, the wind swallowing whatever was left of the words between them. A week later, school resumed as if the typhoon had never happened. But for two students, the air between them remained heavy and charged. Reina passed him in the corridor without a flicker of recognition, her gaze locked forward, her old haughtiness back as a shield.
She doesn't even flinch anymore. It's like I am a ghost. She's trained herself not to see. A whole week of this. I've tried to catch her eye a dozen times, but she's built a fortress I can't breach.
He had tried once, approached her in the library when she was alone, but she had packed her bag and left before he could utter a word.
I am not ready. Every time I see him, I hear my own voice barking orders, and the humiliation burns all over again.
Maybe a note? Something she can read alone, without the noise of the hallways or her friends. Maybe that's the only way left.
But the days kept passing, and the silence only thickened. His unfinished letter stayed hidden in his bag, the words still uncertain. Across the school, Reina's smile never quite reached her eyes. Her friends whispered, but she waved them off, retreating deeper into herself. The distance between them felt wider than the beach house had ever been. Yusei knew he had to break the spell before it became permanent. That night, Yusei sat at his desk, a single sheet of paper before him. 7 words. That was all he needed.
If I can't say them face to face, I'll write them. Maybe ink can cross the bridge that my voice burned.
He wrote slowly, pressing hard into the parchment, each stroke a confession he should have delivered days ago. I'd rather be ordered around by you than waited on by anyone else. No signature. She would know. The next morning, he arrived before first bell. The note was folded sharp in his jacket pocket. A tiny weight. The corridor was silent. Just the hum of fluorescent lights and the distant click of a janitor's cart. He slid the paper through the vent of her locker. It disappeared into the dark, and with it, his last chance to retreat.
Please, just read it. That's all I ask.
He walked away, heart hammering, leaving the rest to a few inked words. The note was now hers to find. Hours later, Reina Kondo finally approached her locker, the day's armor still intact. A folded paper slipped out, landing at her feet. She picked it up without curiosity. Junk mail, probably. But the handwriting stopped her breath. She unfolded it with trembling fingers.
I'd rather be ordered around by you than waited on by anyone else.
The ice around her heart cracked, just a little. A tear escaped before she could catch it. Against her will, a small, reluctant smile crept up. The stubborn, impossible boy had done it again.
You idiot.
She held the note to her chest, as if it were something precious. The hallway hummed with the distant noise of students, but she heard only his voice. She looked out the window at the school courtyard, the world suddenly less lonely. For the first time in a week, hope felt possible. The note had done what words couldn't. Not yet a reunion, but a door left open, and somewhere in the school, Yusei waited, heart in his throat.